Hi, I'm Jed Walters, Golf Monthly Top 50 coach. We're here at Mellor Golf Club in Cheshire. Today I want to talk about pitching and also then a little bit about the changes that you might have between making a pitch shot from say 70 yards away to a chip shot which is maybe 3-4 yards off the green. So let's start with the pitching first. I've got 3 clubs in my hand here. 70-yard shot is not easy, simply because we never practice them. So one of the keys to help you hit better shots from this distance is to not always go for your most lofted club. The obvious one, we just pick out the lofted club because we're close to the green. The reality is we want to hit a shot that is easily controlled and is easy to get the right flight. So popping up in the air is not always the option. So although I've got here a 56 degree, a 52 degree, I've also got a pitching wedge, and for some of you, a pitching wedge with a swing idea that we're going to look at today might just be the perfect option. So me personally, my choice, I would play a 50 or a 52 degree gap wedge from here. That's my personal choice of preference. If it was windy, I'd probably go down more to a pitching wedge. So I'm just going to get rid of these 2 for a second, pop them there. Common mistake, the biggest mistake is in the setup. Most people approach this shot as if they are another 100 yards further back and they are hitting a 6-iron. Big setup this way. And what we've got to do is realize that we're not making a full swing, we're making more controlled swings, more finesse. So we need to build our setup for that. So we want to get a little bit more in and around here. So if you think about the width of my shoulders, then my shoulders are probably looking straight on top of the middle of my feet now, from there. If I was a couple of yards off the green, I'd be a little bit more in again, because again, that speed element is just not required, so I don't need to be as wide. So from here, around about sort of the shoulders, maybe close to the armpit level, down onto your feet is about a rough guide for your width. And then the keys from here is we want to make sure that we've got a little bit of weight further forward. We don't want to be trying to lean back and help it. So we want to hit the ground here. We want to make sure that as we come down and through, the club is going to be moving the ground around here. So it's a bit of ball and turf, just like as if you're hitting that full iron shot. So the keys to controlling your distance, probably the easiest one that you could ever use is imagining you are stood in a clock face. So from here, if you thought about your swing length to control that distance, you could have, say, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, maybe even 10 o'clock as you go through. And if you notice, it was the left arm that was hitting those marks in your head, not where the golf club is. Now, it's okay if when you think about moving to 7 o'clock, somebody watching you say, oh, that might be at 8 o'clock, it's not 7 o'clock. If you could hit that same area all the time and in your head you think that's 7 o'clock, that's exactly what we're after. Controlling the distance is about you being able to control the length that the club moves so that you don't have to change the tempo, try and hit it harder, try and decelerate. You can keep the tempo the same all the way through. So let's hit a few shots and think, right, okay, we're going to feel that we go 7 o'clock and through. Now, don't try and hit a certain distance. Practice the lengths of swings so that what you're seeing is the ball fly a certain distance, rather than you trying to hit that ball that particular distance. The more you get used to trying to get the ball to fly a certain distance, you're not really going to reach it on a consistent basis. You just look and say, well, if I make this swing, it goes X distance. And if you do it again, does it go close to that other ball, close to the other balls, close to the other balls, and just get good at getting used to that. Then you can measure it, and then you know for when you're on the golf course, right, okay, I'm this far away, I know it's X backswing length. So then when we go into our slightly longer ones, so thinking about more of a 8 o'clock feeling, making sure that as you're moving the club back here, your chest is always turning back through. Rather than trying to get the arms going through, feel like the engine is a nice turn back through. So we're going to make that motion again. So I'm feeling 8 o'clock back, turning through. And then holding that finish nicely balanced, more facing to the target. And then the next one, if we go up to feeling more of a 9 o'clock. So again, for most of us, 9 o'clock is that picture in your mind of your lead arm then closer to being parallel to the ground. And again, that same feeling, set of positions the same, width the stance is the same, feeling that pressure more into the lead side, and then just thinking about hitting that 9 o'clock image with that lead arm and then turning back through. Notice how the tempo was really smooth and controlled all the time because I'm using the length I'm moving the club to create the extra speed to give me the extra distance. It's something that you really need to practice. Don't worry about it. I know that my 7, 8 and 9s are longer than 7, 8 and 9s, but I know if I have that in my mind, I'm going to get the distance that I'm looking for on a consistent basis. Lots of practice, but a guarantee is you will see a massive difference in your distance control on those difficult sort of 80 yards and in.